Hello guys, my name is familiarize and I will be taking you how to understand After Effects with ease. Trust me, if you know at least one software on your system and you understand it, I can promise you that you can also understand After Effects. Seriously guys. And before we do that, please subscribe to this channel and click on the notification button if you're on YouTube. Let's dive right into it. We are in the first, I'm actually using After Effects 2020, and if you are seeing this look, and don't be confused, don't be scared, just know that it's just a new interface. You might not need to get here, but the main thing that's very important is that you go into your file and click new project. The new project that is here is also here, so they actually bring it to you they bring it closer to you this time around. So just click it. You're on a new project. So before you start when you have a new project, then you have a new composition. What After Effects is all about is composition. After Effects is not an editing software. Let's dive into that. What is composition? The term composition means putting together and can apply to any work of art, from music to writing to photography, even to video. So that is arranged or put together using conscious thoughts. It's a deliberate thing. You decide to pick this from there, pick that from the other side, and bring everything together to make a story. That's what composition, and that's what After Effects is all about. Okay, so let's go back to and get those materials and get it running. So after you understand that, please understand that, very, very key. Let's click on it, composition. So it gives us this board and it says basic. So don't worry yourself, just go straight to 1080 size of your HT. We are doing video. So quickly, let's go to our HDTV side. Let's pick on it. Don't disturb yourself. Don't worry yourself. Just pick on the size that you are going through. There are lots of sizes that actually as an option in it. But don't get yourself disturbed. Let's face the reality. So come down straight to this duration. What is the timing that you actually want to put? You are looking at of doing your composition on. So here you have your frame, you have your second, you have your minute, then you have your hour. These are the digits. These are the digital timing that we have here. So I will advise just punch in here 10. That means we want to work for the next 10 seconds. We have a composition of 10 seconds duration. So give it a name, my name, or whatever you have in mind to put it, you can put it there. That is kind. Say okay. Voila, we have a composition. This is your first step in After Effects environment. Don't be scared. It's easy. I'll take you through it. You don't have any problem. So this is where you have every footage that you should have. You'll be going to be having it here. So as simple as that, if you are able to download the footage that you have for this class, please download it, and also the materials there, you can download it and put them in this project environment. So as soon as you do that, jumping right back into this stage that we have. So after you've dropped your material that you downloaded, so that you can be on the same line, so drop your video on your timeline. Our video is 1920 by 1080. Don't struggle yourself with it. Just exactly with what you've picked from the composition setting. We have this logo, drop it on top of it here. So we have 2 layers now. In After Effects, there are 4 main things that majorly we need to highlight. We have the keys. Very important to understand what keys mean. Layers. The next is composition and the keyframing, which is the animation. So layers is also key at this stage now. This is layer 1. This is the first layer. This is the second layer. This first layer and the second layer here. So please put layer 1 and layer 2. So we have our logo as layer 1. So, and the next thing you need to be conscious about, what exactly makes this layer, this particular arrow. Should understand what this arrow actually means. If you click on it, it brings out some other things underneath. Click on it, it drops what this particular layer. So don't be scared. So we have your anchor point position. That means the position where this particular thing, if you want to move, if you use your mouse to move this here and there on the screen, if you look very well on your position, you see that the parameters is actually moving around. It's calculating. If you put it at a particular angle, it gives you the calculation of where that particular point, that particular layer is. If you move it, it's showing you going around. You get it? So now that is what position is doing there. And the anchor point, this particular anchor point, what is doing here, or what it actually is this point here. That's the anchor point. That layer has an anchor point. So let's leave that for now. Don't worry yourself about that. Let's leave that for now. Position, you understand that. The scaling, that means you want to scale it up or you want to bring it down. If you increase it, it gets bigger. That is scaling. If you reduce it, you scale it down. That is what it's all about. This is in and out of scaling. That's 3. The 4th rotation is rotating. That layer will be rotated into any angle you want it to do. Opacity means have a lower percentage of that particular layer to show, or you want to take it off totally. So understand that. That is opacity. So understand this transformation. That means the transformation of that particular layer is actually lies in this area. So likewise, I told you keyframing. If you look closer to it, it's like a watch. Then you time it, then it starts. Immediately you click on it, it gives you a key. This is what we call keyframing. It gives you a key, a point. That is your in point. If you move your mouse to the next, this anchor point to the next place, that means this is your timing. So I want this particular layer to do so and so in between this time and this time. I want this layer to move or to perform this function between this time 0 to this time seconds. That is 2 seconds that I'm doing. So now this layer move to this place for 2 seconds. Immediately I move my mouse, I dropped my mouse from it, it automatically creates another key because this thing is still on. It's automatically. So when I bring this mouse and I put it back, I play it back, you see that I use my space bar to play. So that's what that layer does at that time. It moves from one point to another within a particular time, and the time is 2 seconds that I put the cursor. So this layer can still perform the function of moving from this place to this place at a longer time That means I can move this keyframe to 5 seconds and it will still go within that seconds at a particular time in 5 seconds. That means it's performing that function in 5 seconds. Just as, for example, you are eating a buns. If you don't know a buns, you know puff puff. And if you don't know puff puff, you know meat pie or chicken pie. If you are not from Nigeria, puff puff. You understand? Do you get it? Now, you hit your puff puff or your meat pie in 2 seconds. And at the same time, you can eat that puff puff within 5 seconds. So it's still the same action that you are still performing, but different timing. This is where timing comes in. Please understand. Timing, very, very important to understand. And the effect or the work of keyframing. The keyframing is there doing its thing, and the timing is there under performing the effect of your keyframing. Don't forget about it. So let's go on. So at the same time, we can as well scale up that particular layer within that time. If I click, that means I start the keyframing at 0. Then let me move it to the next keyframing, or the same keyframing that we did for positioning, for position. So let me now scale it. So my keyframing, my animation now, or keyframing, now start from 0, started is moving at the same time, you know, get it? Scaling up at the same time. Sure you get? So it's scaling up at the same time within a particular time of same 5 seconds. So it's doing 2 things now at the same time. Doing 2 things at the same time. So let's try now. Let's do 3 things at the same time. And this is how After Effects is very simple. So click rotation. Now we want to keyframe rotation. So if start that. So let's move to this part 5 seconds and then manipulate the parameter in whatever way. Just try something. I've increased it. That means when I come here to the 0 and I press my space bar, it starts moving, scaling up, scaling, rolling, and rotating. It's positioning, it's scaling, and it's rotating. It's positioning, scaling, rotating. So it's a fantastic stuff. So if I want to make it like a logo, like something nice, I will let it fly out of the screen, or I will let it fly into the screen. So that's another logic. You can fly, like you see, it's like it's flying out. So let me make it fly out finally, so that you see what those things are looking like, or rotate to the end and it flies out. Is it that you use your parameter to the end, it's out, then come back. So let's space it. Out. It's out. It's out, and then you can, at the same time, if you want to bring it in back, what you need to use is right click on this stuff. Select the 3 stuff, copy, Ctrl C, and you paste it to wherever you put your cursor. This thing is called cursor. Then you paste it, Ctrl V, and you paste it. So as soon as it flies out, you see it flies in, back. It flies out and flies in. So don't be scared about it. It's as simple as that. So as soon as you can do this, I'm telling you, you are a #1 After Effects guru. And at the same time, you can actually do 4 things at a time. Bring your cursor in here. You click the opacity. It's 100%. We can see what we can see. This layer as a full layer. Then you move it. As it's rolling out, it fades out to 0. You put it 0. It fades out to 0. See the effect? When I play it, it rolls down. But we didn't see it coming back. Then you need to know that you need to also put it as it rolls out and fades out. When it's rolling in, it's supposed to fade in back to 100%. So that is when you are complete. So don't be confused. By the time you do this and you realize that it's not actually coming back the way it was before, it rolls out as it fades out. That is doing 4 things at the same time, and it rolls in, fades in again, fades out, and it rolls in again. You get? So it's as simple as that. Also, let's take it further. Let's take it further. Let's now look at it. As this thing is rolling in, there is something, the animation of, let's bring this animation closer. I want it to be faster. I want everything to be within 2 seconds. The first animation, 2 seconds, and the second coming in to be 2 seconds as well. So that we can move fast. So is this in and out 2 seconds. So there is what you call easing. In animation, you can easily, when you get in landing, when something is landing, it's either it goes there faster or it goes up slower. When you throw a ball up, the velocity of going up will be fast, but by the time it gets to the peaks, it goes slow and it returns. It goes slow and it returns. The same thing. It's like what's happening is, in reality, you are trying as much as possible to effect it or to interpret it on the software. You get it? So you want to effect it on the software. So there is something because if I select this first up, I want it to go up, ease, and come back faster, or which other way. So the first way to do that is, if you right click on this, you see it brings out this information, and you click easy ease. Easy ease. Immediately you click that, or you press your keyboard F9. You press F9 on your keyboard. So if I click on this, it gives me that feel. You see, it goes out faster, then it comes in. It goes out fast, and it comes in ease. You know, that's the feel. That's what it's all about. So you can as well see that effect or that changes I just made when you go to graphic editor. If you click on graphic editor, you see the exact effect of what I just did. It gives you all the stuff in a. Let me change. Let me click my undo. Let me Ctrl Z. Let me click editor. So this is how it was initially before I put the easing into it. Immediately I had easy ease to it. It changes the graph, how it's actually look. That means it gives it a free flow movement of going up easily and coming back easily. You get it? Please don't forget about it. It's as simple as that. So let's move to the next one. Don't let us do it too much on that. As time goes on, as you keep doing it, you get used to what is actually mean. We'll dwell more on that as soon as we go and grow ahead. So the major thing that I would like you to understand, the next one is the effect. What are these effects? This looks like it's long. It's long. You can as well access this effect here in your library. Effect, that effect and preset. There are some effects that has been done that has actually kept just pick and drop that give you what you are looking at, especially when you understand what that effect is all about. You understand? We have 3D channel, we have effects that relate to audio, we have effects that relates to blur. When you want to blur stuff, it's there. We have effects channel, we have something related to that effect cinema 4D, effect there's a collaboration between After Effects and Cinema 4D. So makes Cinema 4D easily to be done, to be easily imported, or to actually do something in After Effects, and you are seeing the effect in Cinema 4D. So there is that stuff. If you get to that stage, we'll actually cross the bridge. So distort, that means you want to, whatever you want to do something to your image, you want to distort your image, or you want to distort your layer. So just go under the distortion, then you see different types of style of distortion you can add to it. So this effect, so with time you actually step into one of the stuff, we'll try and see what you can do. Like we have presets here. If you have tests that you want to do, so that brings us to the next stage. This particular stuff here, don't worry yourself. Look, as the way it is, home, if you want to go home, you click it, then you make your screen goes home, then you pick whatever things you want to pick, like where we started from. That's what it's actually saying. Your movement, you understand it? If you want to move anything here, you click this. If you want to move anything on your screen here, maybe you just want to move the full screen to your side, to in, out, without affecting your layer that you have here, you just use your hand to move the screen around. Your zoom, if you want to zoom in and out, if you want to zoom in and out, that's how it works. You zoom in and out, and if you do that mistakenly and you don't know how to go back, just come down to this particular place, magnify. So it's on 1300, so put it on fit, it comes back. This is how, if you want to go, it is, if you want to put it on ease movement, you can do that. So we have all this happens when you are using this on, these are not highlighted, so it works when you put on your 3D stuff. So when you get there, you understand it. This is your rotation 2. You can easily use it to rotate whatever things you have on your screen. So we are not doing that now. Let's move on. This is your works with your anchor point like we have here. So if I want to move this middle stuff like anchor point to somewhere else, I'll click on it, and then I can move that point around on the screen. So let's don't disturb ourselves with that now, or else we disturb whatever things we've been doing. We'll get to understand and create a class for that differently. So the next one is our rectangle tool. So rectangular tool, if you click on it and hold down on your mouse, you see different shapes that you have there. So when you click on them, you can actually use it to create different shapes. So by the time you get to that stage, we'll do it. Don't be scared. Next, our masking tool, our pen tool, we use it to mask. That's a particular topic we will do on masking on itself. So let's keep going. This is our typing tool. Typing tool, we just use just now. This is our typing layer that we just did, and it works perfectly with it, the flamification. So we have a brush is there, we get there. We have our clone stamp, we get them. We have our erase, that's what we have in Photoshop. We also have it here. History brush, roto brush, you have it here. You get it? So let's go. So this and this are very, very easy stuff, and we have different windows that you can work with, like you can see here. So please don't be scared about After Effects. After Effects is simple, I must tell you, and let me be frank with you. Let me be leju with you. Let me be color with you. After Effects is simple and easy. Trust me. So if you have any question, drop it for me on the comment area, and I will respond as soon as possible, and you find it easy. If you have anything to do, I can treat it for you. So please enjoy yourself, enjoy your day. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification button as we drop some other entertaining things on this channel. You will have fun, you get entertained, I have different stuffs on this channel, classes, training, we have events, we have movies, we have that on this channel. So keep in touch by clicking on the notification button and get close to us. You will enjoy it. Thank you. See you next time.